Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of Healing Stars. This is the chart. It's the new moon, 1st of April 2022. It's set for London and it's 7:24 in the morning, British summer time. At a new moon, the moon is invisible. Worth knowing, it's never a good time to launch anything because the moon represents the people. However, it's part of our psyche, our collective, and the Aries energy, the new moon, is the first new moon in Aries. So it begins the year in the Northern Hemisphere. Of course, it's springtime. And this is a very powerful new moon because Mercury, here's Mercury, 9 Aries, and the moon and the sun, 11 Aries, and then Chiron at 12 Aries. So it is the only new moon in the entire year connected to Chiron. We'll get a full moon later on in the year. But right now, Chiron, the archetype of the wounded healer, is very prominent. You can see the red lines. They are challenging. And the challenge is very much to do with the karmic axis. South node is Scorpio, north node is Taurus. See that lovely, that very vibrant square tension of Mars, Saturn and Venus all in Aquarius. So these are fixed signs. Coming back to Aries and this Chiron, the key word for me is initiation. And in my work with Chuck Spezzano, one of his key healing gifts is initiation. It's from his book, Healing Cards, The Conspiracy Deck. And what he writes is that an initiation is a new beginning in consciousness. It can be brought about by a ritual, a challenge, suffering, or simply stepping forward to a new level. And he says, an initiation recovers part of the mind which has been lost over time or through trauma. And it has a similar effect as adding more memory to our computer. Greater awareness, psychic gifts, more power and authority, gifts of vision, purpose, creativity and healing can all come about as a result of initiation. And initiation recognizes our life as a spiritual odyssey. It's a birth and a leap to a whole new level. So this is an incredibly powerful statement. We have, though, a problem because Mars, the ruler of Aries, currently is up here in Aquarius and it is right next to Saturn. Now, Mars with Saturn that close is like driving a car with the brakes on. You're trying to move forward, but you're being blocked. And Saturn is in its own sign. It likes Aquarius as well as Capricorn. So it is very powerful here. We also have just had Venus pass by Saturn. Venus is not so difficult, shall we say. It's still not easy. That combination of Mars and joining Saturn happens on the 5th of April. So be aware that we are building to that energy. And then after that date, things will ease off. Not completely, but there will be an easing. Meanwhile, this is karmic. It's got the nodes of the moon are involved. There's the north node in Taurus, south node in Scorpio, and they are ruled in turn by Venus, destiny, and the south node is Mars along with Pluto. So this is a doubly emphasis on karmic and trauma in the past. That's what Chuck refers to here. But the birth that is promised is a healing. Now, we get the sun joining Mercury on the 3rd of April, and that is a day of meditation. You could say that Mercury has entered the throne room of the king. It's a phrase I rather like. And then what will happen is that Mercury will become an evening star. Mercury has 2 phases, morning star, evening star, as does Venus. And the morning star, it's gathering information. The evening star, it's like the psychopomp. It's in the underworld. It's much more to do with the therapist, for instance. So it's a real different shift of energy and focus. Venus itself, on the 5th, moves into a sign of exaltation. That's Pisces. That's extremely good. We have Mercury going into Taurus on the 11th. Mars joins Pisces on the 15th. And then, that's a rather nice date. Mercury joins Uranus on the 18th. Right at the end of the month, Mercury moves into Gemini on the 29th. Personal planets are personal. They're our daily lives. The other major planets affect us more deeply. And we have Jupiter and Neptune here in Pisces, and they will join on April the 12th. And this is truly a once in a lifetime joining of Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. We won't have it happen again. It's a one-day event, and it is without a doubt a day of the spiritual. Pisces is also the sign very much connected to music, musicians, to theatre, to art, and meditation. It's the ocean of oneness, and you really can't get better than those two planets. You know, Jupiter, king of the gods, Neptune, king of the ocean itself. You know, they are brothers in mythology. So to join those two and celebrate that date, put it in your diaries now. Coming back to Aries and initiation, well, where is that happening in your chart? What house, which is an area of life's activity, is it occurring? Now, if you tune into my website, I will give you a definition of each of the houses. But Aries naturally is the first house of birth, which comes full of the energy that birth needs, which is like the bulb coming out of the earth, you know, the energy it takes for those springtime bulbs to emerge. And I'm excited by that. But also I'm aware of the compassion that's needed very powerfully at this time with the Piscean energy. I am holding a masterclass on Chiron, and I'm calling it Healing the Core Sacrifice Story and Reclaiming Your Power. It's now advertised on my website. It will occur on the 6th of April, Wednesday, at 7:30 p.m. BST. And if you can't make it live, I always record this and you can then get the download. I'm bundling it, very awkward word, but with the Chiron and the Asteroid Goddess personal astrology report, which is there aren't very many Chiron reports out there that look at your chart, and I highly recommend that you buy this and join me. Hope to see you next week. Thank you for watching, and look at my website. I'll give you the indications of where this initiation is occurring in your chart. You do need to know your chart, by the way. Astro.com does it for free, so you can always check it out there. Bye for now. Thank you, Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com.